I'm always forgetting something. Oh yeah, forgot to mute the Vista machine. Mute. No, it was already muted. Maybe I didn't forget it. Looks like Twitch is picking up. And it looks like I'm lost. I always hate this part of the map. Big, giant, roundabout thingamabob. Those of y'all that were playing yesterday are like, what are we going to do with this thing? The Rolandberry pickled rab tail. You're supposed to eat it. And then, not only does it turn you into an old woman, I guess if you're a boy it turns you into an old man, but you also get like a negative 74% movement boost or something like that. This is the way the game used to be. Back in the good old days, this was regular run speed. Not even joking. It's like, Square Enix is like, why do people want to use flea hacks and bots and that kind of stuff? Can you imagine trying to dodge a goblin? Stay out of its line of sight when this is as fast as you can move. That's why so many people didn't make it to old age in Final Fantasy XI, or Vana'diel. Probably it. Anyway, you can like do this for like the next 59 minutes. Only in town though. I would be a little curious just how, what's the word I'm looking for? How long it would take you to RP walk from one end of the world to the other. Could you do it in an hour? This one of these days we'll just have to try it. Come on, Miss Kitty. Hop into the lap so I can get comfy. Come on. Just thinking about it. I think she's gonna need a step. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm having a little bit of trouble with Twitch. Surprise, surprise. Let's adjust the settings real quick here. Quality. Shoot. Don't want to do that. I guess it's auto or nothing. There we go, there we go. Scroll down, 160p. If you can't stream at 160p, then you're probably just boned. Of course, I'm looking at the stats right now. No dropped frames, none of that other stuff. So I don't know if I'm streaming or not. Kind of looks like I am, kind of looks like I'm not. Just in case. Let me know, guys. In any event, happy Wednesday, everyone. It is November 15th. 2017. It's Wednesday, November 15th, 2017. I'm Dent. This is D. That's Cyndaquil. Got some Belka guards over there. That's not racist or anything, Square Enix. We're still playing Final Fantasy XI Online. We are going to grab some job points. Or at least we're going to try to. Cast Ionis on me, because, you know, crystals are important. We could use a search feature, find out which zones are already overly occupied, but this is the Eldolin areas, which is probably the part of the game that I'm least familiar with, and woe gates, mo gates, low gates, bow gates, they all sound the same to me. So like, hey, that zone isn't overly populated, let's go there. Which zone is that one? I don't know. How do you get to the Apex mobs? That's a good question. So I just do the easy way. The Frontier Station, Mormar, Basalt Fields, hop on a mount, run into the cave, search. It's got like more than 5 players. We'll go someplace else. It's got less than 5 players. We'll give it a try. I was thinking about bringing Song and Dent out, but well, this is more a problem with Dent, not so much with Song. The problem being, what was it? All his gear is in wardrobes 3 and 4, and since technically I've got them deactivated and we're not paying the extra money for that stuff, then he doesn't have access to that gear, which is mostly accessories, but a lot of accessories. And I wanted him on Black Mage, and otherwise it would just have been bad, so I'm just gonna do it easy. I'm gonna try and do it easy. That's what we like. Easy. And casual. Mostly casual, not necessarily easy. Alright, so this is the Mo gate. We're gonna open up this thing, hit the search button, area, current area. 2, 3. Well, I'm one of the 3. It looks like these 2 are in a party, so this might work out. Alright, Cricket? Yeah, we'll use Cricket tonight. And Yeah, let's do that. Cricket up first. Cricket, cricket, cricket. I would like to go after the crawlers, because I like crawlers. Who doesn't like crawlers? They're squishy. Well, they're not always squishy. Sometimes they like to do the... There's that move. Was it Stone Skin? No. Cocoon. That's what it's... Oh, shoot. This is last night's macros. Alright. I'll fix this. Macro edit. That's not the macro you're looking for. Beast. Confirm. Can Beast do loyalty? No. Trust. You're supposed to be Arrowha. Number 2. Backspace, backspace. Oh, that's right. Always do forget to do something. Full screen mode. Go. Alright. Tab over here now. And now we can backspace, just like we're supposed to be doing. Okay. IORHA, number 2. It's not that I don't like Celtius. I think he's fine. It's his wings get in the way. That's all. I wonder if we'll ever get a Celtius 2 Trust. Like this floating crystal that follows us. Sorry, that might be a spoiler. Ah, nuts. Sorry about that. Honestly, though, can you have spoilers on a 15-year-old video game? I bet you can. I'm going to reload this page. See if maybe that just fixes my problem. Probably doesn't. It just, you know, it bothers me. That's all. Little things to focus on, too. Stuff like that. And I wasn't sure about the title. Road to 2100 came to mind, but then the font that I use for the titles doesn't really do Arabic numerals any justice. They look bad. And I was like, well, why don't you just use a different font for the 2100? And that's a wonderful idea. I've tried that too. Never really found anything that I like, which is why I use the Roman numerals, because it's a Final Fantasy game. They like using Roman numerals and reasons. Yeah, I didn't get attacked by the erupting geyser. How many things do we have open? No, it's just that one window. Huh. It's gonna be one of those nights, isn't it? We're running into a wall. Eh. Excuse me, Ruby Raptor. If we're lucky, the Reeve will be down. And we'll be able to run right through that. If we're unlucky, then it'll be up, and yep, it's up. We'll just have to knock our way through it. It's not like we don't have the trust NPCs for it. Let's go ahead and get a fight button going here. It's good to have music again. Oh, there's the little darkness thingy here as soon as I get the TV for it. Of course, I want to put off the buffet as long as possible. It's not a buffet, it's a buffet. I think I got knocked backwards. Or maybe when I was like scratching my chin with the controller, that probably screwed up the camera. Yeah, that's it. Because Cricket's about to get a bunch of, how shall we say, aggro. Or not! Okay, she's just about to kill a bunch of bad guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Fight. To get! 1, 2, 3. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, it's Beastmaster time. More fun with kitties. Oh, except crickets. It's totally crickets. Enchantoto. Undulation cannons. And all that fun stuff. Where is Cricket? Oh, she's on the other side. And we're gonna attack this. Are the summoned pets still not as strong as charmed enemies? I'm talking about the jug pets, I imagine. There is some pluses and minuses. The thing with the jug pets, especially with a lot of endgame content, they're battlefields and you can't really well, most of the stuff you can't charm in there. It's not going to be the case 100% of the time, but I don't know if I can charm an Apex mob. I've never actually thought about that. It wouldn't last nearly as long, because these jug pets, the 99 or level 99 ones, they last up to 2 hours. You can get them pretty powerful. And I think you get a little bit more customization with the jug pets, where you actually get to tell them, it's like, hey, use this move. Can you 2-hour your charm? Isn't it a 1 hour now? They got 2 1 hours. First one, yeah, you can. If I remember correctly, it only causes it to stick around for, was it 30 minutes? And then it'll just despawn. And then the other 1 hour ability is not Beast Loyalty, Unleash, where it just basically, I think that takes the timer off of a, yeah, sick and ready. It says it right there. I think I'm lost. Probably. Sneak, sneak, sneak. We're looking for crawlers. And they should be... Oh, I think they're to the left. Here. There they are. Alright. I'm going to play with these guys for a little bit. I also like using my jug pet for, how shall we say, pulling. So you don't have to worry about accidentally pulling a whole bunch of them. Sometimes we like accidentally pulling a whole bunch. Backside. Hit the haste button. This will give us a haste samba followed with a all the other magical abilities, because didn't think EV was going to have that much trouble establishing hate. Only temporary. Alright, let's go ahead and do a darkness skill chain before Shantoto decides to get too much to do here. Yeah. Arrow, I forgot. She's also going to be in the way, isn't she? It's okay, we got ways to deal with her too. Oh yeah, let's see. Do I don't think I have a macro for the capacity point ring. So quickly before it dies. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Trizec ring. This will probably be used up after this one kill. And good news is I did this. Darkness. The numbers aren't that great, but they're not that bad. I think this is where I was Saturday night, Sunday morning, probably closer to Sunday morning. And we were getting about somewhere between 25k to 32k in capacity points. And honestly, I would have been happy with just 2k to 3k capacity points, but put a 0 behind that, I'm a lot happier with it. I think the only difference was I had Kupol freed out, and that's like bonus 10%, which is like bonus 2 to 3k per kill. You just have to get rid of a DPS, which in this case I think we're going to be getting rid of a Mosquero. Shantoto is going to be interrupting enough of our skill chains. We don't need the redhead doing even more. There we go. Bam! Wow, 59,312. And I think that used up... Yeah, there's no XP bonus anymore. Alright, so that's practically 2 job points right there. That's because of the campaign that's going on right now. Wonderful time to come back. H. Galleon! What day is it? It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, friend. Alright, 25 job points. I think I needed close to 700 to get to 2100. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be hitting, what's the word I'm looking for, 500 tonight. Fight. Run back this way. Run back this way. Get to the clear. Hit the attack button. Ready. behind them. There we go. See, I've done this before. It's a little bit more difficult with the Song and the Dent. Takes a little bit more getting used to. Got lucky with the 24-hour campaign yesterday. Welcome back to the circle. Ooh, what'd you get? What'd you get? That button. Get surge number 13. Got a win belt +1. Yay, money. Or are you just gonna hold on to it? You know. It's all right. That's the one for with like a lot of haste on it, I think. I'm thinking. Yeah, it would be a good time to sell those drops because if you wait for the campaign, price is just going to be going down. So everybody else is going to be like, hey, I got one. Wow, there's 17 others on the auction house. Well, I'm definitely going to lower the price. So triple attack, quadruple attack. I think that's the one that, yeah. I only got the normal quality. Can't believe, yeah. So the +1 would just be, let me guess, triple attack +3%, quadruple attack +2%. Sounds awesome, by the way. Shantoto, don't mess this up. I'm looking right at you. One of these days, actually, probably someday soon, we'll probably start hitting that place more. Since Bertha's not as anemic as she used to be. Actually, +2, triple attack +2, quad +2, with +1. I use a little bit more accuracy. That's pretty cool. A little overpowered. Quadruple attack is just awesome. It's like, what would that be? Double attack. If it just fired off of that. Imagine that on Monk. Drops to around 1.5 to 2 million. Need to remember that. That's why I need to probably purchase mine. I'm always a cheapskate though. It's like, if I go ahead and get one, then I'll never see it drop again because they're like, hey, you've already got that item. Sort your inventory first. I don't know if crickets fighting crawlers is actually any good. Probably isn't. I think, what do you need? Lizards to be strong against vermin? It's vermin are strong against plants. Plants are strong against beast? No. I think. I don't know. Forgot to hit a button though. Let's hit this button. Get the cricket involved. Come on, Bertha. There you go. I should know this. I'm gonna have to look it up. Well, I guess I won't have to, but I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah. Let's see, the keyboard's too far away, so let's just use this one. It's another wonderful thing about solo and Apex mobs. If you have to go to the bathroom, it's no problem. FF11 Beastmaster Pet Guide? Just basically Killer Instinct. There we go. There we go. No, that's not the Killer Instinct you're looking for. That's Falkirk's Killer Instinct, which is a very good one. Let's see. Deal, Beast, Familiars. It's basically like an elemental wheel, except for, you know, pets. Charm Guide, Beastmaster Charges, Guides, Beast Strength, Gear Guides, Experience Guides, Job Guides. We'll just look under images, because it's basically, wow. Alright, word of advice. Don't type in FF11 Beastmaster without that's the word I'm looking for, without your filters turned on. That looks kind of cute though. Sorry. Focus dent. Beastmaster. What's the other word? Intimidation? There you go. It's not exactly porn if it's all fan art. It's just, you know, a lot of, how shall we say, questionable angles. That's all. Merit, solo guide, gear guide, pets. Pets? I think I already clicked that. We'll find it some other day. Dentro, can you get drunk on the stream tonight? I probably could. But it's one of those things that I'm trying to cut back on. Whoops, that's not what you want to do. There we go, full screen. Dang it. One more time. There. Like looking at Mithrin booty. Everybody likes looking at Mithrin booty. Just a normal guy thing. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, even Square Enix, they put in a Mithra in Port Winders, who is perpetually bent over, tossing fish food into the water. What kind of stuff do you do on FF11 when you are blasted with alcohol? Fish. Slash fish. Kill saplings outside of Gustavberg for hours. No. Nah, typically, if I'm not streaming and I'm drinking, it's just basically relaxing, you know. I don't get drunk like I did back in my 20s. Never could not handle that. They hope take brothels in the main towns, so trust me, Square Enix does hint at the mountain. I remember some of those outfits that they had for the Mithra. It's all like, she's going to catch cold. I guess that's a... You might be getting too old. What kind of stuff do you drink? What proof in calories does it have? Normally... most of the time, we drink Gentleman Jack. It was a sobering realization one day when I realized I keep a bottle of that in the desk. Right next to the desk. I've actually discovered that I also have a fondness for amaretto, and you know, it's supposed to be after dinner cordial, you know, that kind of thing. But I think I get some. Another thing about 14 Girls is they have no butts. Yeah, don't know why they changed the model for the butts to be so flat. Isn't that one of the sliders that you can, you know, adjust? It's like if the posterior is not fluffy enough, can you increase the fluffiness? Final Fantasy 14 1.0, the butts were plump. Can't adjust it. What? How about that? Must be... I'm sure they have their reasons. It probably has something to do with the tail animation. Yeah. Because, you know, Square Enix, they really don't like anything clipping. So, yeah, I could see that. You make the butt too big, and then the tail starts to clip. FF11 Girls have more junk in it, which is saying something because... to me, it seemed like all the Final Fantasy models, especially for the females, well, except for the Elvon, they tended to be more on the slim athletic side, which is fine. I mean, if you like the back end, and anybody that plays MMOs has probably grown to appreciate the backside of most avatars, you know. Elvon ladies. Especially the Corsairs. They have the largest pirate booty. That's not exactly accurate, but yeah. Maybe we can slide that one by the sensors. Boom, boom, boom. Now I want to go out and get some amaretto. Curses. I don't know what I'm holding my TP for. Maybe I was thinking that Shantoto would just go ahead and fire off without me. I don't know why I thought that. Never really happens that way. Maybe she'll do double darkness. She hasn't done it in forever. And then you have MMORPGs like Terra, where all the girls are super thick and very revealing. That's also part of the charm. And it's like, how's our gameplay? Our gameplay is suffering. How are we going to keep the players? Have the female avatars take off more gear. Show more skin. That'll retain player base. That's why I'm always a girl in an MMORPG. Back, oh shoot, when this first all started, it was more of an issue on World of Warcraft. But yeah. Can you possibly pull several Apex mobs and do AoE damage on them to get XP faster? Cleave, you mean? I cannot, but there are players that can. Theoretically, yeah. You can on Paladin. Not worth it, because then you'd have to like sub Red Mage and then use a dagger. Go to Rise G. Do a cleave part. That makes sense, yeah. That's probably what they do for what you call it, gain XP. I think whoosh. Whoosh. What's that? What is cleave? Weapons? Yes, it's from the Great Axe tree. I think it came from a warrior Great Axe. It was during the Abysia days. There was a AoE move called Fell Cleave. So what players would do is they'd round up a bunch of mobs, bring it to the warrior, and the warrior would just tank everything and then use a bunch of TP to Fell Cleave it. I'm gonna keep forgetting to get Bertha involved in the fight here. Warrior sound. That much detail I cannot get into. I never did it. I would imagine that they would probably something. Don't need a warrior to do cleave parties anymore. No. Bertha will do it. Blue Mage, they got some AoE abilities. Black Mage. They have a couple AoE spells, I imagine. I guess Thief as well. Oh yeah, pretty much anything that can AoE. Alright. I feel like I'm starting to whiff. Not exactly sure why that is. Do it, Bertha! There we go, that knocked off a good chunk. Used to bring Song and Dent. We could do a double darkness with Song, then we'd have Dent magic burst it on his Black Mage. He was still getting skill ups on Apex mobs. You got better XP from Apex mobs than a good party single pull. Me too. It's really, as far as capacity points goes, I think it's only during the campaigns when pulling a bunch of mobs for AoE deathage starts to exceed what you can get in a decent Apex party. That and there's just something so, what's the word I'm looking for? Relaxing about just a good old-fashioned skill chain followed with a magic burst. You get that groove going and, you know, you can go for hours that way. At least until the healer has to go AFK to make dinner. Why is it always the white mages that have to go make food in the real world? If you have a stellar Apex party, you can keep chain and max your XP to 65,000 to kill. Around 3.5 million capacity an hour. Well, that's too quick. That's not necessary. There's a lot of capacity points though. And it looks like Shantoto got me right back. Oh well. We'll have more TP where that comes from. I think if I played with you, Dentro, I'd probably be too fast. Probably! He's all like, alright, we got the cat, and we'd be like, hey, I gotta go feed the cat, I'll be back. Like, give me 5 minutes. It'd be like 5 hours later. Like, dude! He just stands there. And it's all like, I fed the cat, and the phone rang, I was talking to my mom. Finished talking to my mom, I was like, no, that'd be a good time for it. Completely forget about the game. Which is why I probably never get anything done. One of the reasons why. Also, I like to play other MMOs, especially when I'm doing Apex mobs. Have like Star Trek Online on another screen. Get you spoiled with the good stuff. What can you get with 3 million capacity? Stars over your head. Actually, I don't know how many millions of capacity points that you actually need. But yeah, a lot of job points. Lots and lots of job points. Just killing a chore. 3,500,000 divided by 30,000 equals 116 job points an hour. 100 divided by 116. Even at that 3.5 million rate, it would still take over 18 hours to take a job. Well, that's just a little bit of an exaggeration. You get more capacity points as you unlock more job points. Cargo Crab Colin. Happy Wednesday. Do you think if anyone kept all of their jobs in capacity, they would be able to force one Square Enix board member to commit Kari? Probably not. Actually know of one player that has done that. He's on this server. Pretty cool. Got me my pole arm for Dragoon. It was back before I don't even think I had Dragoon above level 75. If you do Intense Ambuscade Volume 1 with a group of 6, doing 6 runs with 6 triple point seals, you'll get around 66,000 Ambuscade points, which converts to around 23 million gil an hour. See, this is the whole reason why I want to actually, level all my jobs, so I can become as useful. Ambuscade is an event that they opened up March 2016, I think. It was a, how shall we say, scroll back here just a little bit. Get behind it. Not that I think this actually does anything, but 23 million per person. The problem with that, well, there are some limitations as to how much you can purchase and everything, but yeah, there is a limit. They kind of, there are some limitations. They give you a maximum amount of items that you can purchase with your points. I don't think it's possible to actually collect enough points within the 30 days that they kind of give us. And all the points always reset with every, version update. I probably will have to, I think I will do some, Ambuscade this weekend. Need to get back to, getting Alexandrites. 1 hour for 23 million, then you need to wait a month and repeat. It only works if you have the triple point seals. And you do get a decent amount. I think you get, 1 triple point seal pretty early on, just in the unlocking of the points. Then there'll be another one that you get every week. And then I want to say another one a month, so at least 6 that you can get every month. Ish. Gil is good. 25 triple point seals. That is definitely hoarding. I don't remember how many I have. It's not nearly that many. Here, definitely not in that spot. It's wherever my food is. Ooh, it's underneath the foods. Bang. There we go. You only have 19. Which is still a lot. Just not 25. And when I get pulled into a very difficult ambuscade one, I always try to not use the seal until we got the final boss down to like 5%. Fun. Next. And oops. Almost ran in there without sneaking in Viz. They're sleeping, so it would have probably been fine, but it'd be one of those, let's see how quickly Cyndaquil runs out of hit points. Run in there without sneaking in Viz. If I was on Paladin, I'd probably last at least 5 seconds. Cyndaquil, not so much. Run for cat! Happy Wednesday, Ronvar. It's been too long. Chat Pikachu. Which Pikachu? I've got several. One above my right shoulder, another one above my left shoulder. It's one of those things, I never really was a fan of Pikachu, but my goodness, they don't have lots of them. Lanos! Happy Wednesday, Lanos. One of my co-workers today, her import from Japan came in. It was a 4-foot Sylveon, I believe is what she said. I wanted her to open it up so I could see what it looked like. She goes, no, I'm going to open this up at home. It's kind of sad. Shipping and handling from Japan, by the way, is rather expensive. As it should be. A little bit more here. Alright, this should be close enough. Am I actually dual wielding? I am actually dual wielding. Huh. Oh, that's why the capacity points are so slow. I forgot. I'm gonna fix it right now. It's gonna be here. Yep. Actually, no, that's not where I want. TTP. There we go. Yeah. This should improve my capacity point gain. How much were you getting earlier? That the last one. Only 25,000. 25,000 on the last kill. This kill gets us 26. Huh. Spectral J was listening. The VOD called Dynamis for gills. Dynamis is pretty fun. At least 2.0 Dynamis. I haven't done 3.0 yet. I don't think I'm ready. Actually, no, I'm not ready. We all like, hey, I'm gonna vote that one. It's like, no! You're selecting the wrong mobs. Probably true. Back over here. Kitty, you gonna pop out of black? I guess so. Just gonna go for a walk. Speaking of going for a walk, Bertha, you're pointed in the wrong direction. Please turn around. There you go. Like Cyndaquil, she uses her axes as a, how shall we say, directional, like, mob right here. Kill it. Stuff like that. First, position Cyndaquil in such a way where you can't really see where the crawler ends and where the cricket begins. That could just be creepy. Alright, that only did 1,800. Dynamis is okay, Gil. It's okay. You get out of it what you put into it. Most of the time. It's steady. Kind of like what fishing used to be. Well, I guess fishing still is kind of steady, but just need more auction house slots to do fishing properly. Won't be on the level of Ambuscade. What would be on the level of Ambuscade? Actually, I can't think of anything. It's tough to beat 26 mil an hour. You won't make 23 million gil in a single run of Dynamis. Unless you get, like, stupid lucky in, Dynamis Juno. Even then, though, how many 100 coins would you need to drop from the Notorious Monsters? 3 times 2. You would need 46 of the 100 coins to drop to be able to... Well, no! No, not per hour, because that's 2 hours. 100 pieces are around 300k? Dang. I was going off the 500k roll. Not forgetting that prices do fluctuate. Well, depends on what people are buying. Also depends on how many folks haven't finished their relics yet. As prices are supposed to be. I would think the biggest problem right now would be just players trying to get the clears. With so many folks, they I don't think they probably ever went and fought Diablos. They just got access to Tavnazia, if at best. I think there's probably some players that never got that even. And Darkness Skill Chain. Kitty, don't you chew on me. Just about it. Arch Diablos is still pretty tough at 119. I bet. Wanted to try and find another time extension, but my group wouldn't take any red eyes. I think I was having trouble with, what do you call it? Just the even regular 99 version of Diablos. It'll be like Diablos Heart or something. What was the problem? I was in Spark Skier still. Without any, this is back before they could take Trust in DCs in there. 32 job points. Hitting the fight button. Turning around, running back down here. Hitting the heal button. One pre-mini-boss leader, then one post-mini-boss leader. Probably one no one has considered killing. I guess nobody goes after full clears anymore. Watch be hidden. Over by the well. In South Sandy. That was the part that always we had the most trouble with. Pull in the well! White mages, make sure you got re-raise on. Roll down this sandy. Oh yeah! That makes sense too. Wanted to drop the one at the east gate. We got there, then they decided to keep going east till 10-minute timer, and then go to boss. Did you get any upgrades? Any drops? Lanos. Second time extension might only be available before the boss is killed. That does make sense. Speculation. Feel a headache coming on now. That's never good. Go Shantoto. I wonder, is there another Black Mage Trust NPC that can still Magic Burst, but I don't have anything that matches her numbers. Probably not. And she's not going to interrupt every single one. But between her and the tank... oh well. He's got enough TP here. Go on. Put the opponent's ring on. Yeah. Fire! Don't do it, Shantoto. I know you want to. There was a movie a couple years back now. I think it was called Divergence. Maybe it was a TV show. I can't remember. The one that I'm thinking about is like another one of those Hunger Game clone style books where it's like post-apocalyptic tech. I think that was the one I'm thinking of. And it was like, I just tried watching it while drinking and slash fishing in game, and I was like, this is bad. And unfortunately, it was so bad that that's what I think of every time I see Divergence, which unfortunately is undeserving. Spectral Jig. I'm only getting 25k tonight. I don't know what the problem was. Oh well. This way. Maybe we're just killing them too slowly. Probably just killing them too slowly. Don't go bopping my cricket on top of the head. Oh, I remember why I'm not supposed to hit the macro at this point. Because now cricket's going to be in range of getting set on fire. That's why we like to have her back here. And it makes me wonder, what are they going to have for the thing in a year out here now? The third and final Abysia style update, so you can upgrade your Empyrean gear to +2 and +3. What will they call it? No idea. Probably something that starts with letter A. They already have Ambuscade, which we know is French for ambush. I don't know if Abysia actually means anything, or if it's just the name of the planet that you go to that looks a lot like Vana'diel. Just isn't. What kind of stuff we're able to steal, Lenos? ID card? Might be neat. You trade those in for, what was it, points? Something else. I don't remember. And steal and get cards. Cricket connected. Normally, I'm pretty sure you can do. I think so. Or one time, I think in LOL Dynamis, we were doing Bastock, and we had everybody, instead of subbing Ninja, we had them all sub a Thief, just to see if all that extra Treasure Hunter would translate into a whole bunch of extra one notes. We still got the average. It was fun though. Everybody was trying to line up behind the mom so they could all land their sneak attack. Not procs. Yeah. Don't worry. They'll make 10 years from now, and you're having trouble finding 18 people to go in there. They'll do a Dynamis Divergence 3.5 where they add procs. I guess that'd be 4.0. Oh no. Now to think about it. Well, I guess it's possible that the Abizia update, if they have an update. We'll just call it Abizia 2.0. That'll probably have a proc system. Wasn't it Abizia that they introduced the procking? This side, haste, and other buttons. How many? What was the maximum number of players that you could actually have in a Dynamis zone? Was it 64? I guess it would be like, what, 4 alliances? I know they made the Dynamis 3.0. Actually, I don't know this. I'm just trying to remember that far back. It was after they had introduced Abizia. It might have even been after they introduced Algalin. And it was just, you couldn't get people to actually go in there, do anything in Dynamis anymore, because other than coin farming for the relic weapons, all the gear that was dropping was, how shall we say, not nearly as good as some of the stuff that you could get from, you know, Bizia and Dynamis. Dynamis 2.0 was around when they introduced Bizia when it was capped to 80. Sounds right. That was, I guess, more so that, you know, you didn't need 64 players to take stuff out. I think the Arch Dynamis Lord was before they had the 119, I think. I remember when they were getting ready to say, hey, trust NPCs. You're going to be able to take trust NPCs into Dynamis. Because there was a time you could. I mean, you had to be a little bit... Well, I had to be quite a bit more careful. Because I was just doing it on Thief, Dancer sub. And I was thinking, you know, you get plenty of coins already. You don't need no trust NPCs. They're just going to make everybody go in there and easy mode it. Then I started thinking about the bosses. And like, trust NPCs would be more handy for the bosses. And that's about it. The fight button, turning around, heal button, attack buttons. Yeah. I think, other than, I guess it really depends on your job and gear and how good of a player you are. Arc Dynamis Lord, if I use my 1 hours, I can zerg down the Arc Dynamis Lord before he starts to go crazy. Unfortunately, it's typically not enough. Oh, I guess for rounds 2 and 3. Bring Lanos, and that you don't have to 2-hour with him. Just He's got the timing down. Just pop this thing, hit this thing, do another Rudra Storm, and it's like, BAM! Our Dynamis Lord falls down. Arrows aren't worth the trouble anymore. Well, no. But they're not. But they're down to 600k. That's pretty good. I was trying not to buy any when they were going for, what was it? A little over 1.1 million. Not that I remember where I even keep them. Doesn't look like I keep them in that pouch. Oh, there we are. Only got 49, which makes me, what is it, 1/5 of the way? Just because I want to finish Aegis. How many more arrows you need? Isn't it 250-ish that you need? So I'll probably need like another 200. Motorcycle. Still too much. No, it's just, it's, you know, simply doing it just because you can. Not because it's gonna help. I mean, how often do I use Shield Bash? I could probably go months at a time without using Shield Bash. And I think that's the only thing that getting Aegis completed would, help you do. Same thing with O-Chain. Completing that thing. Oh my goodness. That's one I'm not exactly looking forward to. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Back on this side. Ace buttons here. Apparently I got too much of a weight on that macro, so let's see if I can knock down a notch. Let's do 1, 2, that should be enough for it. Just doing it for the aura and the aftermath from the aura. That's the only thing you get out of it. I don't even know if completing the shields gives you the aura. I don't think it does. I want to say the shields and the Bard relics. He just has them on? Okay, cool. Still want to get Burke King done first. I say that as I continue leveling Beastmaster. Try and get that thing done. I should be out making money. Although I was trying to do the math in my head earlier until I... If you need 220 million gil to get the Alexandrite, and then based off the rate, I think you reported earlier this week, you get 5 million for $8.50. I was like doing the math. That's still a lot of money. Relic Afterglow from Aegis. Shield Bash with Aegis grants magic damage taken -5. So all party members. Okay. Not that great of a bonus. No. But I could think of some fights where that would be handy. Shield Bash has a pretty long recast time on it. And I'm not sure how long the aura would last. Probably not long enough. Sure, the melee would love it. And that's okay, Arkivi. We didn't want a skill chain anyways. Parrying Afterglow, shield buff with O-Chain grants physical damage taken -7%. That's almost as good as a defending ring for everybody. 7/10 of a defending ring, I think. I might have my statistics all switched around. Yeah, 7/10. Why is the thing still alive, guys? Should be dead. Defending ring 10%. Volcane ring, that is 7-ish? Yeah. There we go. So many good rings. And plate. Game +1 is 8. Aha! That's also on the list of stuff to do. But every time they're like, okay, let's focus on that. And then it's like, oh yeah, you have to do all this other stuff first. And you're like, ah. One of these days. It is a shame that they won't let us have more than one of the endgame rings. I think it might be worth the hassle, where it's like, do something where it erases our memories, so that we have to do all the missions all over again, and then after doing them all over again, you get to pick a second ring. That would be cool. Would be worth it if you can have two. Exactly. Especially that crafting one. Oh my goodness, that would totally be the second ring I get. And we know the coding's in there where they can do something like that, because they have something similar, I think, for the artifact gear. Or say you got all your artifact gear upgraded from normal quality to the +1, and you can talk to some NPC, pay some money, and have your memories locked, I think is what it was, and you could do the quest again, recollect it. But Square Enix probably won't do it that way because it's just more, you know, part of the reason that they're so powerful is because, you know, there can be only one. They would probably have the caveat of if we were to do that, we would have to nerf the rings somehow. Otherwise, you would just have a bunch of players constantly spamming all the missions for out-of-limb stuff over and over again, just so they could have all the rings. I'd probably be one of them. Like, yay, we get to do the mission over again. Rogers +1. That might be neat. It really depends on the stats, but yeah. +7 to all stats. Yes, please. +7 is too low. Let's go with +70. That would be very juicy. Perhaps. Moimo HD. Happy Wednesday. How much job points do you have on Beast so far? I haven't counted. Let's see. Should be easy to find out. Go down here, Beastmaster. I've already spent 1,345, so we got less than 1,000 to go. And I think I've got, what, just banked the 37th one? 70 on a ring. No way. No. 70 on everything. Be curious just what one would call a ring that had those kind of crazy stats on it. Keep going back to Abizia. What was that? There was a brew I think. Was it the Strange Brew? That would just give you a whole bunch of over-the-top stats. Sounds about right. Darkness. Yay! Still doing good. We're still actually collecting... Yeah, we haven't done all the vermin yet. Primeval Brew. That probably sounds more accurate. Strange Brew would have been, what, a stoner movie? Probably a stoner movie. Well, I could Google it, find out for sure. Do it, Shantoto. Mess it up. Only 4K? Really? I was expecting so much more from you. I was so happy when Dentral's Magic Burst were starting to hit over for 10K. Oh, he's actually starting to get there. Still has a long ways to go. At 2 EV. Well, the tank's not as bad. The Archangel Hume, he loves to skill chain block. It's all like, I'm gonna go the exact same time you're gonna go. And then gets DP faster than she does. Surprised to do it maybe with the dual wield. Maybe not. 38 jaw points. That got us over 30,000. 31,767. Fight buttons. Running around. Heal buttons. Punch it in the face button. And haste Samba buttons. That's about it. I'm trying to set up because I'm at an angle that is uncomfortable for my back. But Kitty is in my lap and she's asleep. And anybody that has a cat knows you don't want to wake them up when they're sleeping on your lap. Then they'll find a way to get even. You don't want to know how. Since the map didn't load, I can see through this coalition's walls inside it in PCs. I don't think anything like that's ever happened to me on FF11. Certainly has happened in World of Warcraft. It's definitely happened in Star Trek Online. Shoot, I think it happened earlier today in Star Trek Online. No, not yet. That's something I started talking about earlier. Got distracted. We were talking about the backsides of our avatars. It was one of those things I never really thought through that far in advance. I was more interested in, well, when I made Dent, I knew I wanted to be a monk. And I guess I didn't spend a lot of time looking at all the different option heads that they had. There was a couple Elvon that had a Japanese-style haircuts. There's only one Hume that had the, what you call it? We'll just call it the Tenjin face. Although I don't think they called it that back then. It was like, oh, we're gonna go with him. Just seemed right. And I guess the only reason I was thinking that was I just finished spending a lot of time playing Shenmue. Which kind of like, I don't know if you can call it a martial arts RPG. I wouldn't call it a martial arts RPG. I think I had probably more in common with like Grand Theft Auto than any RPG game. But no, maybe not, maybe not. Just don't get to use guns in it. We'll see if they add that in the part 3. Probably. So anyway, like I said, hadn't thought it through all that much. Just focused on the face. After spending countless hours fishing up moat carps on Dentral, staring at his backside, started thinking, if I was to do it all over again, I would have probably made Dentral a Mithra. Partly because of the dexterity bonus that Mithras would have at 75. You wouldn't see that on the other races. And partly because, you know, Mithran backsides, so much more attractive. And I didn't make that mistake when I created my first character on World of Warcraft. That being said, I also went with the Forsaken, and they don't have the most appealing backside or front side or any side, but they have a really cool dance. At least the females do. And it was an RP server. Not that I ever RP, but I always like to. People would ask me questions in game. I would try to respond in character. Just more to be fun, giggly, that kind of thing. And to the point that there were other players that were like, "You type like a girl." And how exactly do girls type? Well, like you. I think there were even some players in Final Fantasy XI that said the same thing. Still don't understand that. It was always funny that, you know, I was on a priest on my Forsaken. Lots of tanks, lots of guys. They're like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this. You mind healing for us?" I'm like, "Nah. I'll just go grab my healing clothes." I'll be daily getting invites, getting stuff done, making points, getting upgrades. Until they found out there was a guy. And then they were starting to give me stuff. And I was like, "Here, have this." Like a bunch of gold. And I'm like, "I don't need it. Thank you, though." And I would feel awkward accepting it because I think you're thinking I'm something that you're not. You type like a dumb G. Arthur. If only I could type as well as Don Garthel. Oh, we should just really change it to Don G. Awful. Song Awful. There we go. Song Awful with 2 L's. That could work. Songarthal, another one that doesn't really have a very entertaining backside. That was always my excuse that I would give players too. It's like, why do you play a female character? And it's like, if you're gonna stare at the backside of your avatar for 8 hours a day, rather it be feminine. And folks were like, I can respect that. And heal. Haste. Female Forsaken though. Still my favorite, even though it was my first. They have the best, well, I can't really say the best laugh. Male Forsaken, especially on Dark Knight, they have the best laugh. They have some pretty good / silly, or the jokes that you could do. And the best part was the / cry. Because I don't know if it's still that way in game. It's been years since I played. We just have this really terrible wail that they would do. And it was I always like being Shadow Priest because it's fun to DPS. But certain events, you know, like we don't have enough healers, you mind switching to heal? Dent. Type in a / cry. And then it'd be all like, "Oh no, man," you know, crying, and we'd be on Ventrilo, and can hear the leader's like, I'm so sorry. I know you hate to heal. And then you get to the second part of the wheel where it goes over the top. You just hear everybody laughing. Man, I really miss that game sometimes. Sometimes. Not all the time. I kind of enjoyed, believe it or not, a story that they had going. And that would really only be my reason for going back, would be to check out the story. Endgame can be fun in WoW. But really it depends on who you're going with, how much fun you're having. Ensure you're not trying to attempt something that you have no business being in. You know, it's like the gradual upgrades. Of course, never throw anything away, especially dresses. We just need more inventory space so we can hold on to everything. And one more darkness ought to take care of this. Nope, never mind. Shantoto's got other... Oh no, that did darkness, so it's not the end of the world. I don't even know if darkness works well on these guys. Let's do this again. This time, Bertha, you're with me. It's like the whole reason I got the Bertha out. Oh well. Let's see. We still haven't finished Vanquish Vermin. We need one more kill. And fight. Turn around. I'm probably going to have to resummon the Bertha here in a little bit. Her hit points are starting to look, how shall we say, lacking. Could use food for a pet treat. Certainly deserves one, but at the same time, those cost money. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Now I'm thinking about it. Sungarthel's controller probably needs to be charged up. Those, I think, the find a polite way to say it. Like, I wanted to bring Song and Dent. I think I said that earlier. But Dent was missing about half his gear. It's all locked away. And Song's controller, rechargeable batteries, they kind of need to be replaced. They've been recharged too many times. You usually hold a charge for maybe 2 or 3 hours, no problem, but I just remember thinking, you're not going to be able to do as much damage with Dent, and Song's just going to be a headache. They'll probably be holding me back. That was funny. Triple boxing. It's not supposed to hold you back. It's supposed to be able to let you do stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do. And then they introduced trust NPCs. I'm like, this kind of defeats the whole multi-boxing purpose. Although when they first introduced the trust NPCs and you could only summon 3 at a time, it still kind of worked. Because you could sell the triple box, and then 3 trust NPCs for heals and that kind of fun stuff. Fun stuffs. What's the battle plan? Totally it. Or at least until the sleeping pills kick in. Or start to kick in. Or it could just be Apex maps. Let's see what else is going on. Actually, it won't be there. Was it server message? SER, MSG, ER, maybe it's SE server message. See if that does it. I used to know this one. MSG? Nope. Maybe just server. MSG. Shouldn't be so difficult. Commands. Abilities, general change, equipment, something, spell. Online status. It only has a way. Wow. Languages. Jobs, groups, text commands. There we go. It's gonna be in the S's, I think. Sit. Ah, SERV. Okay. How do I type that? SERV MSG. Oh well. Cricket's still alive. 43 job points. That's enough to get 2 more upgrades. I think I'll need 48 to get like 3 of them. But I think I'm at the point where I need like 16 or 17 to get the next one. And let's take a look. Status, job points, Beastmaster. Okay, I got 2 that I can upgrade. That's 16 job points each, that's 32. Then everything else will be 17. 49. And how close are we for our next capacity point bonus? Not quite there. 1355 minus 1280. 75, so minus the 14. 49. 26. Alright, so that's going to be quite a bit more. 49 plus 17 plus 17. 83 job points that I'll need to collect before getting the next gift capacity. So better start skill chaining faster with Shantoto. Ability. Let's go ahead and hit the unleash button. And then see what lasts longer. Bertha? Or the enmity? That's why I love about these 1 hours. Making up for lost time from earlier. And for last and not least. Actually, we still got 20 seconds on that. Didn't seem to work, did it? Well, there's probably another something or another skill chain, weapon skill. 44 job points. Almost halfway there. Fight. And unleash war off. Let's try that again. Fight. Run away. The heal button. Out of the way, tank. The haste button. Bertha certainly doesn't have that much hit points left. Good news is I don't think tank lost hate. And it was like spamming 10k attack moves. Wonder how Dragoon would work on these. They seem squishy. You would think they'd be weak to stuff that pokes them. At least I would think that. Probably thinking that. Don't screw it up, guys. Dang DV. Could have had a 3000 TP darkness. And instead we got whatever that other thing we got was. Oh, we got that one. That's kind of pretty. Could have been better, that's all I'm saying. Kitty might be fun too. And we'll do Kitty next. And we'll be able to answer the age-old question. Who'd win in a fight? A bug or a cat? Normally my money would be on the cat. It really just depends on the size of the bug. And these bugs are big. I have to wonder though. Not all worms turn into butterflies or moths or stuff with wings. But if the crawlers could, how shall we say, metamorphose into something with wings. Kind of like what they do in that other zone. Treasures of Water Gone. There's like some type of a stink bug looking thingy. Metamorphose into something Mothra looking. I have no idea what these guys would turn into. We do have butterflies in the game, but they're like packs of butterflies that attack you with synchronized flying stuff. And for some reason it can really hurt. Alright, we're gonna do abilities, pet commands. I'm gonna go ahead and release this one. Leave. Only so we can summon another. Bestial loyalty should be off a cooldown. Oh, that's right, I was supposed to use a kitty. Oh well. Spectral jig. Hit the fight button. Turn around. Hit the heal button. Turn around. Hack and slash action. Spinning around. Hit the haste button. I'm gonna see if using familiar makes things better. It might. Might not. It probably won't. The more I think about it. Let's give it a try. It would be neat if Bertha's accuracy increases, damage output increases, resistances to stuff. I also need if Shantoto quit doing what she's doing. What other abilities we got? It's just jigs. Oops. Reward. Closer. Alright, that was 2k. That's what I have to deal with. It's okay, one of these days I'll level Paladin in Songarthal, just so I can have a tank that doesn't mess up the skill chains. Let's try this again. Next time it's going to be Cobra Motor. It's going to be all like, I want a skill chain too. That was 4,500, which is a little bit higher. Not much higher. I just don't know what effect familiar with a 1 hour ability will do to your drug pet. I always forget how to pronounce your name. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Euthyphoros. Oh, I said that right. It's so fun to say though. Euthyphoros dialogue. Oh, I forgot what day it was. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You 3 4. Stab. Erica falls. What? I didn't get a job point? Oh, that's lame. How close am I? I should have... No, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, it was like 265 capacity points shy of getting the next one. That's just a little upsetting. I was always looking forward to, you know, a little job point ding at the end of each fight. Technically, it was bound to happen, but I just wasn't ready for it. This, hit this button. And only because I've gotten tired of this outfit. Let's see what else we got. Style up here. Uzumaru, haven't done in a while. Eschai, let's see what that looks like. I think that's the one where I still don't have the body piece. Yep, that's the one where I still don't have the body piece. This isn't bad. I mean, it would be bad on like a Mel Elvon. Probably bad on a... Kind of want to see what this would look like on a Velka. It kind of got that harness or corset or... It's probably a harness. For their top sides. I'm like, sorry, Cricket. You're going to be able to skill chain too often tonight. Let's see what else we got. We can always come back to this one if we don't find anything else we like better. Ionmo, I think that's my red mage outfit. Yeah, I'm okay. Thought this was a nice Christian stream. Too much chest. Tahu Raisao. I hope I said that right. What day was it? Happy Wednesday. And it probably was too much chest. Even though we're on the backside, it was probably just too much back. Not enough cake. Macros, edit. Of course, what was it? Monday night? When we were doing everything in the swimsuit? That was probably too much skin. Style. Nuevo. Oh yeah, this one. It's not so bad. Got the funny duckbill hat to it, but let's leave it on this one for a little while. Not so sure about the shoes. Actually, I am sure about the shoes. I don't like them. We'll see what happens. Alright. Darkness time again. Hopefully no one's going to interrupt. Yay! We got another deal 500 plus damage. We're getting close to capping our accolades. Not so much on Sparks. Getting there. How far are you away from mastering? Quite a bit. It was 700 something earlier. Let me do the math again. I just need to keep the calculator closer. Every time I go pick it up, kitty cat's all like, I have to get up again. Alright, 2100 minus 1345 gives you 755, and we're about to get what? Job point number 46? Let's go ahead and count it. Minus 46, so 709 more job points to go. And if we can actually get it all done during this campaign, really there's no reason why we don't. We might be able to get it by the end of next week. Problem is, I'm averaging 20-ish Apex mobs about every 90 minutes. Oops. Spectral Jig. Now we can go fight. Fight, turn around, run back. I don't want to think how many hours that will be. Maybe quite a few. I want to aim. I do want to aim for the 85 job point tonight, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I should be able to get to the into the 60s before midnight. I think we'll be a little bit shy. No chewing on the whiskey, Miss Kitty. She's getting hungry. A bit right. Yeah. Thought about feeding her before the stream. And I thought, no, because then she'll forget. And they'll be like, hey, it's midnight. It's time to eat. And like, you already ate. No. It's midnight and it's time to eat. It's cat logic. Makes sense to them. As long as they get what they want. Talking about you again. Could really go for something yummy. Actually, I just want cola. Never ordered pizza or food before while streaming. Always try to get that done before the stream starts, but at the same time, so like, If we get the soda, then we'll have something else more pleasant to add the whiskey to. Stringing it with iced tea, not that crazy. And Domino's Pizza app. Kitty doesn't like it when I order food. She's all like, hey, pay attention to me. Let's see. You're supposed to keep me signed in. I'm not sure I was getting. Hopefully I remember my passwords. And, you know, stuff like killing the mobs. That sounds like a win. Spectral jig. Spectral jig. Sometimes you have to hit the macros twice. Sometimes you have to hit them 3 times. Actually, I think I'm the only one that ever has to hit them 3 times. Looks like Bertha's ready to kick some butt. We'll take this opportunity, build some TP, try and remember what my password was. Okay, it wasn't that. One more time. No, kitty. Don't do it. That did it. Alright. We're gonna order pizza with soda. I'm going to continue. Got 3 free pizzas. What do y'all think? Pepperoni? Mushroom? Both? Both sounds good. Alright. Pizza number 1. Let's go crunchy thin crust. And then pepperoni. Can't believe that I can do this on my phone. I mean, I can believe it. It's just growing up. Growing up, we used to go to Pizza Hut, eat the pizza there. We'd just be sitting at the table waiting for them to finish making it. It'd be like, you know, any other restaurant. I think Domino's, was it Domino's that first introduced the delivery? Or maybe they were just the first ones to say, get it within 30 minutes, or... I don't ever think they made it free. I think it was just simply they would take some money off. That would have been back in the 80s. And the main reason that we want to order because we want the soda. And check out. See if I still have money in the bank. And place your order. And hit the darkness skill chain. Yay! Alright. Thanks. Wait a second, did I mess something up? Kind of feels like I did. It's profile, gift cards, tracker. Track order. Darkness. Something happened. No idea. Should have done this on the computer. Spectral jig. Fight. Run back this way. It shouldn't be too late for a pizza. I want to say they go until midnight, normally. And they're also right around the corner, so they're usually pretty quick. Paste buttons. Oh, okay. Your order is in the oven. Brian, put your order in the oven at 10:42 p.m. That was like 1 minute ago. Always pizza time. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's never liked Domino's growing up. And I forgot to tip the people at Pizza Hut one time, and then I remember it's because I was main healing as a red mage. And they came to the pizza door, and I was like, oh crap, we're in the middle of a fight. Trying to type in, guys, I gotta get the door. Don't die. Delivery drivers handed me the pizza. I'm like, hurry, hurry. I gotta heal the tank. And slammed the door shut and was like, oh, grab the tip. Are they gonna put a comment on my profile and bad things to any other future pizzas that I might order? I only know this because I worked at a pizza place when I was in high school. Was it good money? No, it wasn't good money. Assistant manager making $6.50 an hour. Which I think at the time was maybe $1 or $2 above minimum wage. I think nowadays it's like below minimum wage. But that has more to do with inflation, I guess. I think I did this out of order. Oh well. Every pizza joint in a 100-mile radius knew who you were. The non-tipper. I don't even live in that town anymore, but it's so close that, you know, might as well be that guy. The guy from Papa John's, though, we were almost on a first-name basis with each other. Until the missus moved in. Or moved back in, I guess is the correct way of saying it. And then they're like, hey, I was going to order a pizza. You want? And I'm like, I don't think we should eat pizza. I'm like, alright, who are you and what'd you do with Misa? And she was like, no, I mean, you're getting fat and you need to lose weight. And I think the pizza's probably the problem. And I was just mortified that, you know, she mentioned that I was gaining weight. She was right, but still mortified. So it was like a year and a half where we didn't order pizza. Until one night I was just like, you know, screw it. I'm gonna order pizza. I don't care what she says. Pizza guy came back. He's all like, I thought you died. And they're like, nah, got a girlfriend. They're like, that's just as bad. And heal. Turn back around. He was a good guy though. Back around here. Paste button. She was racist against pizza. No, I think she was just more, well, it's a polite way to say this. She has to look at me more than I have to look at me. And it's always from the, how shall we say, unflattering angles. You know. Anytime you look at yourself in the mirror, you can always, like, shift the angle in such a way so that you look as slim as possible. You don't necessarily do that for everybody else. Actually, I did try that one time. It's like, let's see how long we can keep our guts sucked in. I think it was after maybe 3 or 4 hours that I think I strained my diaphragm. And that was just one of those pains that didn't go away for quite a few days. I was like, oh dear. Not gonna do that ever again. Everything within moderation. Except for sit-ups. You can never do too many sit-ups. You probably can. I can't. That's a part of the reflux problem that I have. I think I can get maybe about 15 to 20 sit-ups before my stomach wants to start, you know, ejecting plasma. Just use a Star Trek term for that. It's about as polite as it can go. Shantoto is at the point that I almost want to dismiss you and walk Sangarthal over here. Almost at that point. We're not there yet. No, not quite. The song would probably get lost. The song would definitely get lost. Then he also has a it's an XP computer that he's on, so no wireless. He has a Ethernet cable plugged in that's, I think, older than Windows XP, and it's broken, so there's nothing actually clipping it into place. If you breathe on it the wrong way, it'll come unclipped and you'll lose your internet connection. Not that I ever do that. The cat, on the other hand, yeah. She always likes to unplug Sangarthal from the Matrix. What's the name of that guy from the Matrix? The good guy that was a bad guy. He started unplugging everybody in like instant death. This started with an S. I like say Sliver or Sliper or something like that. One of these days I'll be like, just quit asking questions, just start asking Google. Matrix cast. There we go. Oh, it changed at the last minute from Matrix cast to Matrix Castro. Thank you for that. Cortana. We'll blame that on Cortana. Do you play on a keyboard or a controller? I'm a controller guy. All the way. I started on the PC version. Cypher was his name. C-Y-P-H-E-R. Started on the PC. Keyboard and mouse. Word to the wise. If it's your first time tanking Vault from Dunes, don't do it with a mouse. It's just gonna mess you up each and every time. Then the missus and I wanted to play at the same time, so I upgraded my PS2 to be able to play the game. And it was at that point that I realized this is how the game's always been meant to be played. Was with the keyboard. It's oh so comfortable. Especially fishing. It's kind of like... Because I know fishing was different when the game first came out, but... fishing with a controller is just about as good as it gets. And I do have keyboard in front of me, so easy typing, chatting, that kind of thing. If I need to fix a macro, I can do it on the fly. And I forgot to do something terrible. See if I say your name right. Low Thyrex. What's that? It could be Lofty Rex. We're gonna go with Low Thyrex. Happy Wednesday. I remember ages ago, back in 2004, I think first time I logged into FF11 took me a while to realize the mouse is utterly useless. It's true. So ever since, I'm now number pad, full keyboard. Back then, I also talked to NPCs and /says thinking they were rude players ignoring me. There was no real tutorial. Square Enix had a booklet that came with the game, and it was a small book. I don't think anywhere in the game, though, it said people with green names are NPCs. It was just one of those things that they expected you to either just know or they got a chuckle out of all the times that they would watch players talking to the gate guards going, hey, want a party? We should go out and do a party thing. Did you ever have the Brady Games guide? I still have the Brady guide. Pour that thing out. Yes. The Prima guide. It told me Warrior / White Mage was the way to go. Warrior / White Mage was the way to go. If nothing else, then for the LOLs. I've done this story / joke so many times, but it's so good. It was, you got 3 warriors. One warrior subbing monk, another warrior subbing thief, and then the third warrior subbing white mage. They're crossing the street. The bus comes by and collides with our warriors. The warrior white mage didn't make it. He got squished. One shot. Everybody went LOL. The warrior subbing monk put a pretty decent size dent into the front of the bus, going, what was that? Didn't phase him at all. The warrior subbing thief was able to not only dodge the bus, but it was also able to steal the tires off the bus at the same time. Which is why warrior subbing thief was the way to go. Unless you're tanking and you want to sub more. And then I think that was only until they introduced Ninja. It was like after level 40, it was pretty much expected. Maybe sub a Ninja. Dual wielding. Until they started nerfing dual wield over and over again. There we go. Bouncing Bertha Korumo. Trying to get the character names all lined up. Using the controller, not the easiest thing to... Dang it. I can't... Or just stuck. Oh well. Warrior Thief was great. Sneak attack. Trick attack. Raging Rush. Yeah. It was only a very short part of my career that I was actually able to sub Thief to Monk for an XP party. I think it was just basically during the Dragon Kick age. And then once you got Azurin Fist, it was pretty much expected that just gonna use Azurin Fist all the time. And we would sub Ninja just to mitigate the amount of damage we would get. Was it a bone party? No, it was a Dullmel party, I think. Trying to remember. I'll just find it. Conquest. It's over here. Shushu region. It was Bibiki Bay, but not the part where you're actually on the islands. They had some higher level Dullmels up there. I guess it was like the mid-60s. I'm sure there was probably a better spot in Autogon. That's all I really remember. Dullmels, Sneak Attack, Trick Attack, Dragon Kick. And the problem that I remember having was the mob would keep turning. Typically as I'm trying to do my skill check. It's like the White Mage would just sub-warrior and try and do a provoke. just to spite me. Remember the baby parties? Just praying that all camps were taken. Camps were always taken. I'm surprised I haven't had any players show up here and start camping on top of me. We'd be like the only two in the entire zone who are like, hey, I know you were here first, and I know there's like a dozen other camps I could go to, but I'm gonna camp here. And you can go away if you have a problem with it. Brian double-checked your order for perfection at 10:49 p.m. Really? Anyway, so we're just waiting for the delivery guy to come back. Why is this thing not dead yet, Bertha? Job abilities, familiar. Okay, so we're gonna find out if using familiar on a jug pet will cause the pet to despawn after 30 minutes. What's the population like on Quets? It's basically the same population that you would see at most bus stops. There's like 3 or 4 players. It's not that bad. It's pretty low. That's all I'm trying to say. Search all. 316 people found in all known areas. This is also during a campaign where you can log in for free. You don't have to, how shall we say, pay for this month. And it was like 250 players last week. Have you ever considered swapping over to a server? Not necessarily swapping. I thought about creating a new character and just playing that over on a server, but server has 1,716. That's quite a bit. Fight. Turn around. Heal. Hit the haste button. And imagine that's going to be something that players will eventually start wanting to do. That's like lately. Well, since Final Fantasy XIV's latest expansions come out, the server population has been quite a bit lower. Hit the wrong button again. Missed the days of 5,000 players logged in on the weekends. Yeah. I don't miss the, how shall we say, exuberant price of Chocobo rentals during the Weekend Warriors times to play. Fine playing on a server is the closest I can get to old school 11, where the world was packed all the time. Yeah. I just heard mixed things about Jasura. Plus side is, there's other players. Downside is, there's, I guess, a larger quantity of elites who like to look down on people that don't have all the best in slot stuff. I mean, everything's a work in progress. And I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I always try to do the best I can with what I can. The world was also much smaller back then. Yep. It's just more jerks. Exactly. It's not that the percentage of jerks is higher on a server than it is other servers. It's probably the same. It's just, you know, it's the larger quantity. I think I've only come across one on Quetzal that just had enough with it. What? I'm dice-solving this play. Goodbye. And the good old days. Dent? Shoot, if you looked at Dent the wrong way, B-list. You go AFK without telling anybody? B-list. You send him a blind invite without saying, hey, you want a party? B-list. I think that was when I found out that you can only have 200 players on the B-list. I mean, if you have a good group of friends on a small server, it's like you have the whole server to yourselves. Kinda. It's also kind of neat just to be able to explore zones where you're the only one in the zone. You breathe near Dent. P-list. Well, I guess it depends on what your breath smells like. Remember when people would rage at you if you /check them? That's why I never check them. At least not without their expressed permission. It's like, hey, can I look at your gear? Unless they had a bazaar, then I would totally check them to be able to check out their bazaar. And then I would immediately go into the bazaar to let them know that, hey, I'm just checking your bazaar, not looking at your gear. But I'd be totally checking out their gear. Darkness. Shoot! Got to hit the attack button. Let's try this again. Only real problem was Square Enix actually telling people, you're creeping them. They got rid of that. There's no animosity. Yeah, it's the way it translates in Japan, or I guess the phrasing has a different connotation. I think what somebody told me is it's closer to when you examine somebody, it's like somebody looks you up and down. And I mean, that would be basically synonymous with, you know, Koromoru back there doing an emote along the lines of Koromoru imagines what Cyndaquil would look like without her bottoms. That's why EM examines you was always fun. Crowded faces. Really was. I think players still do it. Just for giggles. Some people like to watch the world burn, but mostly for giggles. Mr. Noodles, happy Wednesday. Alright. Charlize left the store with your order at 10:58. We'll see what time they come back. My buddy got mass B-listed because he did /examines you. Then say LOL. I always liked it. You would see some players, it's all like, they would do some outrageous amount of damage or something like that, and then everybody examines like, what are they packing to be able to do such kind of damage? And then players all like, everyone's checking me out. Must have done something good. And they just respond with type in an EM emote, you know, player is examined. I would check every person with a Kraken vote, right? Wish the trust did random emotes or asked creepy questions. The Unity Trust sometimes do in Unity chat. Aldo, I think, was the worst as far as creep goes, because a Pubaru will, you know, have the occasional thing about sushi having hair on it or bugs crawling over her book, that kind of stuff. Aldo, it was either I could go for tacos right about now, or he would just say sister ... And I would always type in the Unity chat every time he did that, still creepy, stop doing that. We don't need to hear about you fantasizing about your sister or whatever it is that him and his sister did. Fight button. Do you remember your first high value guild drop from a notorious monster you ever got? Yes, it was when we were farming for my destroyers, BC&M. I don't remember the name of the item. It was an ore. And I think basically sold on the auction house for like 600k. I remember the gentleman that was, he basically put the group together to get me the destroyers because it was holding me back in salvage. And the rule was, if destroyers drop, it goes to dent. Otherwise, if it's your orb, you get all the other drops. And I think we were doing the scorpion one. And then it was my turn. And destroyers dropped on my go, in addition to a high dollar item going. And the player was like, actually, I think you should give that to me. I'm like, why? is my ore. He's like, yeah, but you also got destroyers, so technically you got 2 drops. I'm like, but no. And it was like, for a couple weeks after that, he was still pestering me about it. And it's like, I still think you ought to give it to me. It's like, how do you know I didn't already sell it? It's like, check your auction house history. I could have bazared it. No. Don't think so. But yeah, destroyers, definitely worth the effort back then. I mean, I was still using cross counters at 75 when I first dinged. And they weren't bad. Certainly had its uses, but it was holding me back, especially in skill chains. Shit. How often those things critted? Just even regular attacks. On the right kind of mob? I was all like, I love being a monk. It's times like this. Everything just falls into place. I wonder why they never gave Shantoto a unity. You think players would flock to the Shantoto unity. But she's already got like 3 or 4 different trust NPC variations. Not having time. Oh well. Thing's almost dead anyways. Know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pull the next mob, try and get in position. Pizza guy is gonna show up. In her mind, she's too important to take care of people in a unity. This is true. But would love the random unity messages that she would do from time to time. Just be random, oh ho 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 ho. Just leave it at that. But all the rhyming stuff would be cool. Oh well. Let's go and do a darkness skill chain. Before Koromoru screws it up. And he's gonna screw it up, right? Wait, did I say Koromoru? I meant Shantoto. Your undulation cannon. Well done, Taru. Way to raise the bar. Also, login points this month. 300 login points. You can get that floating Taru that never runs out of MP. And whose regular tier 1 spells do crazy amounts of damage. But mostly because she never runs out of MP. I don't even know if her MP ever goes down. It does go down. It just replenishes faster than a... Yeah. Because since they're tier 1 spells, they just don't take up that much MP cost. Get ready, Miss Kitty, which means you're gonna have to pop it down. There's the pizza dude. Come on, just a little bit more. There we go. Be right back. That thing's not dead yet? We got pizza. Yay, pizza. More importantly, we got soda. This one's away. Wait. Forgot. It's almost dead. That far. Forgot SSD. Almost perfect timing. Except it wasn't. Just, wow, 58? Almost missed all the last 10 drop points. Or I just wasn't paying attention to it. Probably just wasn't paying attention to it. Alright. So, Bertha is still with us, even though it's been more than 30 minutes. So, I don't know if the familiar effect is still on her. She's not taking that much damage. They double knotted it. I can get it undone. They also double bagged it and double knotted it, which I think is going to be the problem. Could just get some scissors, but that would be too easy. Watch Dentral try to multitask. Good thing I'm not tanking. Alright, I give up on this. Go get the scissors. Scissors for the soda. Don't want to knock the pizza over. Double it! Exactly! And 4 liters of soda, so you probably don't want to put that in one bag. It's just asking for trouble. There. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Should have done this hours ago. God, it's already after 11. Yeah, there we go. Darkness. It's Coca-Cola time. I have tried different colas with whiskey to see if there's anything that I might like better than, how shall we put it? Good old-fashioned cola. Dark pepper? No. Sprite? No. Tried Pepsi one time, and I just couldn't get over the Pepsi taste. Not saying anything bad about Pepsi. I know people that can't get enough of it. Maybe it was the way I was introduced to it. Crown and Coke. Yeah. That's just like perfection right there. Perfectionist. The kitty wants to chew on stuff now. Deoden! Things should be dying soon. We're gonna go cheers, everybody. This is an actual cheers, too. Definitely better. Let's see if this does it. Barely made a dent. And since Bertha got 0 TP back from that, I'm thinking she might have missed. What's she up to? This should be job point number 59. Okay, I guess I should have done the darkness skill chain back when I thought I only had 1% health left. There we go. So much for number 59. Guess we gotta go kill another. Either hand or 3. Maybe. Flash it up. And oh yeah, supposed to turn around. Believe it or not, I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I just do each better when I'm not doing 2 things at once. Believe it or not. You're gonna break your other tooth, Miss Kitty. I don't know if y'all can hear that. She's chewing on the windowsill, trying to get my attention. I'm running out of stuff that I can throw at her. Let's see how this works out. Pegged her. Didn't phase her though, she just turned around and started sniffing it. Chunking pill bottles at my cat. Got her distracted though, that's a good thing. Cheers once again. Order me a pizza and plankton. Forgot what zone Apex Ruthless are in. Yeah. She wants her own momentum. Oh my goodness. She would get so... what's the word I'm looking for? Cantankerous. After that, she's all like... you're like, water! I'm like, don't want to drink water. Food! I want to eat food. I'm like, what do you want? Kid would be like, I want a bowl full of whiskey. We can do chili and whiskey. Just, you know, hold the chili, put all the whiskey in there. Do map. Always forget to. No gates is what the map says. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be out here. Just showed up and was talking to me. It's all eat me, didn't eat me now. This is the pizza talking. Just realized that could be misconstrued into something a little bit naughty, which is probably the direction I was always pointed in towards, but, you know. If anything bad happens, I'm just going to blame it on the Jack Daniels context, right? See it now. I'm going to get an email from YouTube in the morning. They're like, that video you uploaded last night? Yeah, there was some material in there that our, what do you call them? Our advertisers had issue with. They're like, it was either that or I'm gonna get a, what's the word I'm looking for? Domino's and send me a letter. Thank you. Thank you for trying our product while streaming. We give you a free pizza, but you actually didn't eat it in front, so we can't show everybody just how good it was. Would do that. But no, I don't want to be that guy that streams while eating. I don't think I've done that yet. Might have had some popcorn from time to time. Popcorn doesn't count as food. That's just, you know, it's more of a condiment. That's not true. Some finger foods. I guess anything, well, no, I take that back. Anything that you don't need a fork or a spoon or a knife to eat with probably gets a pass. Pizza should fall in that realm. I was looking at work, order a pizza, and for the group, and then people go back there and it's like, where are the plates? It's like, you don't need plates, it's pizza. They're like, what am I supposed to put on? And it's like, you use your hand. You hold it with one hand, point it towards your mouth, take a bite, rinse and repeat until you finish off the slice. Like, it's kind of messy, isn't it? I'm like, not really. I mean, we're Texans. The whole reason we wear the lab coats is to protect our clothes from chemicals that would normally stain. Chemicals like pizza sauce. Coal tar was a bad one. It's always funny though, it's all like, I'm gonna take my lab coat home and wash it. Because we like it to be pristine and clean and shiny and starched and Mine kind of looks more like one of the lab coats that you would see in the Bride of Frankenstein movies. Probably that old too. I always liked the ones that had the collar that went all the way up to the neck. Oh, nice. There, Mr. Bug. Get it. At least I got it. Dang it. I almost got all the bugs. Or at least I think I've got almost all the places that are in the area. I just need to watch more Karate Kid movies. See how Mr. Miyagi did it. Catching flies with chopsticks. You'd think I'd be able to squash tiny little fruit flies with my hands, but unfortunately for them, I tend to miss. This side, haste. How many job points we up to? Status, job point, Beastmaster is at 61. Let's aim for 65, which I think we can easily do. It's like, what, 4 more kills-ish? Then I'll probably call it a night so I can eat my pizza and then fall asleep with a pizza coma. I have to remember to set the alarm. Probably should set the alarm extra hour early so I can wake up and do a whole bunch of exercise and work that stuff off. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I hope it happens, but this is one time. I had 3 alarms set. One for 6 a.m., one for 7 a.m., and then the get up, you fool, you're gonna be late for work, one at 8 a.m. And I kept the one for the 6 a.m., the first one, I kept that in the bathroom, thinking, if you have to actually get up, get out of bed, walk around the bed, walk into the bathroom, it's also on the far side of the bathroom, and then turn the alarm off, chances are you're going to stand a better chance at staying awake. I think I did that for like 2 weeks, non-stop, where I would get up, walk around the bed, go into the bathroom, turn off the alarm, walk back to the bedroom, walk around the bed, and yeah, go right back to sleep. Wait for the 7 a.m. alarm. Happens from time to time. Weekdays should be best for this event. Weekends, it's gonna be packed. Speaking of packed, how's this crawler not dead yet? Oh, Shantoto. Skill chain blocker. That wasn't so bad. Also thinking, want to do another crafting episode. Not sure, it's a toss-up right now, what I want to do. Fishing needs to be skilled up, it's below 40. Then there's also the other problem of cooking. 2 things I need to do with cooking. 3, really. 1, simply skill up cooking. Another, simply focus on the cooking shield. Or the escutcheon, I think is what they called it. And that's something that I have been terribly neglecting. The heal button, wait for the haste button, turn around button, hack you in the antennas. Excuse me. I think that's about it. I think I still have... There we go. Oh no, we're out of food. Should work out okay. 15 more minutes. Yeah, that'll be alright. I think we were chatting about back in the good old days. Lots of players. There were different qualities of player. You had your hardcore folks that only did stuff hardcore. They also wouldn't let people into their link shells if they weren't also hardcore. They're like, I could be hardcore if I started hanging out with hardcore players. Like, teach me stuff. That never happened. I always liked more the casual link shows. They're just basically chatting with folks that like-minded. You know, kind of like, you know, Twitch. Sometimes. Not always the case. And I also remember, back in the good old days, you could only have one link pearl equipped. And then depending upon how social you were, or how easy it was for you to make friends and that kind of thing, very good chance. I mean, if you didn't, well, I'm not going to say that there were a lot of people that didn't have any link pearls on, because I think that if you didn't have a link pearl on, that was usually an open invitation for sack holders to like, hey, let me give you this link pearl so you won't be lonely. And I think there was maybe about 6 months to a year. I think it was probably closer to 6 months. It was a long period of time that Nikita's first link shell kind of went by the wayside. It's nothing that it broke or anything like that. It was just simply everybody else went some other place. But because I didn't have any other pearls at the time, I wanted to keep it equipped. And there was some very fun memory. I think Dent still has the pearl. I think if he was going to equip it, it would come back, you know, this pearl no longer exists and automatically break or something. As long as he keeps it in a storage, it should be fine. What's the word I'm thinking of? Sentimental. Sentimental reasons. Get rid of all the link pearls. It'd be like plus 12 inventory space right there. Heal button. There's also the other thing. We would take breaks from the game. It's like, I think everybody that plays FF11, I think everybody that's played Final Fantasy XI has taken a break from time to time. It varies with players. Some people just take it for a day or two. Some people take a week or two. Some like doing a month or two. And there are those of us that years go by where they haven't logged into the game. They're still paying their monthly subscription fee because that's just too much work to get that thing turned off. Actually, no, it's too much work to get it turned back on. Yeah, that's a easier way of saying that. But you come back and you think things would be just as you left them, and pretty much most stuff is just how you remembered it, except a lot of the times link shells got moved around. And be all catch up with your friends, and it's like, nobody's in this show anymore. Yeah, we don't use that one anymore. Let me get you a what do you call it? Pearl for this one. And then I made Cyndaquil, and I'm like, I got an idea. Like what? How about you make Cyndaquil a sack holder? That way, I could run her out to all my mules, trade all those mules in pearl. And then once I got them all equipped, I'll let you know and you can demote her back down to just a pearl. Unless you want to run out to all the different cities and pearl all my mules. Like, no. Sack holder. Go right ahead. Yeah. Almost got this one killed. Bertha got lucky. Got that weapon skill in there before started spamming Cocoon. Co-remover doesn't really seem like he wants to cast erase. 64 job points. I can't say 64 in 2.5 hours. I think I had over 20 job points coming in here. 5. But about another 20 more job points. Or roughly probably about another hour and a half. Should get me enough points for the next gift. Which will be another capacity point bonus. Which is freaking awesome. Since this may be our last mob, and Unleash is on a cooldown. Just go crazy. Let's see how well Archangel Elvon can hold hate off a crazy cricket. Guess Shentoto's going to help a little bit. 17k. That looks like it missed. That one looked like it connected. Oh, he must be spamming a cocoon now. There we go. Back into the 11Ks. 15 seconds left on Unleash. Yeah, Unleash. One more. Nope, never mind. Ability wore off. Yeah, should be. I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and then if one of these trust NPCs does their thing, they should follow up. There we go. Nicely done, Archangel Elvon. And there's our 65th job point of the evening. Still got a long ways to go. But it's not that bad. We really don't know 2100. What's going to be the awesome thing? Does it like make your pet invincible? Probably makes your pet invincible. I'm also thinking, God, some of the gear I'm going to be needing just for Beastmaster. It's going to rival some of the gear that I've been needing for Paladin. Which is why I always was thinking, if you're going to do a Beastmaster, do it on a separate character. That way you can simply forget the words that you're thinking about. Focus on that. And so, like, this is my Paladin character. This will be my Black Mage character. This is our LOL drag. Nope. Trying to be funny as opposed to mean. I'm really starting to like the idea of Dragoon. Just based off the sheer damage numbers that I've seen. I was like, wow. Does this ever get better? I'm sure it does. Just have to spend more time on it. Research it a little bit. And I spent a long time researching Paladin. Not so much Beastmaster. I think that was more because of the case. It's like inventory space is limited at the moment, so whatever you already have that you can equip that works, go with that. Which I think is why you see so much non-Beastmaster specific gears. You didn't get that one either. This is probably the closest. Oh, that one's also Charmer's Merlin. Definitely won't get. But I was hoping I wasn't fighting this whole time with a warp ring on. Nah, probably just left over from simply warping back to the Mog House. It's like, you look at this mannequin, then you look at Cyndaquil, and then it's like, hey, there's not supposed to be two people in here wearing the same outfit. That's what you're looking for. I have to admit, I think it looks a little bit better on the Elvon than it does on Cyndaquil. It's just because of the chin strap. Covers up more of the face, whereas with Cyndaquil, I think her bangs get in the way. Yeah. And then this outfit, Cyndaquil's right, I guess off to my left. That mask, I understand it has holes in it and you can see through the holes, but really? You're supposed to see through that. Like having flashbacks to Star Wars. It's like, with the blast shield down, how am I supposed to see anything? Oh. Now I get it. That's where the power of that mask comes out. You have to rely on the Force. That's kind of cool. I'm also entranced by the mechanism of the clock. Those little windy gears, stuffs like that. Funness in the monkhouse. Tomorrow night. What are we going to do tomorrow night? Thursday. We'll probably do a crafting episode. Maybe fishing. Maybe cooking. Maybe cooking and fishing. Yeah, that's what we should aim for. And then kill all these bugs. Might need a fumigate. Calling it a night? Yeah, I think so. Pizza right here. It's calling me. It's saying, eat me. Eat me now. So, yeah. Friday. Have a birthday party to go to. So I won't be on Friday night. I mean, I might be, but it'll be late. Chances are it won't be. I'll see if I can make it up on Saturday. Should try something like that. But yeah, gonna host anyone? Probably. I've got the auto host set up, and everybody's in these particular tiers. It's like if Lenos is streaming, then it'll auto host him before anybody else, and I believe I've got H. Galleon pretty high up there. He's like number 2 or number 3. Always seems to go like DA soccer though. I don't even know if he still plays FF11. Excuse me. Friend Numaki might be playing FF11 later. Awesome. For a second there, I kind of lost Cyndaquil in the sea of mannequins there. You're at work. Oh. I'm sorry. Would love the host. That being said, I kind of wish I could watch Twitch or play FF11 while working. Maybe one day. Yeah. It's like every time that I like pull out my phone and start checking stuff or pull up a web page to check something like the news, it's always like pretty much guaranteed that the owner is going to walk through the back door and it's like, hey, you busy? And you're like, no. You got work for it because they always find work for you. Is on now if you want to host him still. Okay. Might be able to pull that off. Try to remember, how does it go? Is it like /host and then the name of the player? I think. I don't remember. Then there's new raid chat command available. Try /raid at the end of your stream to send your viewers to a channel you like. Which kind of seems like that. /host the name. Could probably do that. I'll probably screw it up. So I always screw up the new stuff. Lanos had to talk me through it several times. And it's all like, hey, you're doing it wrong. That's always the case. I'm getting all brain farty at the moment. It was all your chat to their chat, which may be a, how shall we say? Everybody was starting to doze off listening to Dent, and then we go to something exciting, and I think, how am I supposed to sleep now? Yeah, that's it. I'll figure something out for tomorrow night. Worst case scenario, we'll just go fishing, cooking. Maybe we'll do ambuscade. We used to do ambuscade on Thursdays. Yeah. Give that a try. Y'all be good. Stay safe. Have fun. Don't get caught. And I'll catch you next time. Ah.